to me nice. Don't interrupt. Don't need to settle. I'm on another level. Yeah. I'm done with feeling low.
Go ahead and
Don't
invite my
take it
people.
personal. This life's a miracle. So I look up. We're matching up. Don't need to settle. I'm on another level. Yeah. Cause when it's full or it's rough, I know you. But I know. But I know. Talk to the Lord above every day. Blessings on blessings come my way. It's in my DNA. It's a part of me. Yeah. Ain't nothing else I can say. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's my DNA. Yeah, my DNA. Yeah, part of me. Yeah. Ain't nothing else I can say. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new way. Sunshine on your face. Wake up, it's a new day. I know you're feeling low. Don't take it personal. This life's a miracle. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 6:07 and you have officially clocked into Code Black Car Chronicles of the Boss MP. I wanted to get on here this Monday to motivate some folk, my nurses, my moms, my teachers, my college students, especially if you are in nursing school. I wanted to get on here and give you this motivation from someone who's done it 4 times. I want to try to help you get through it so you can do it again and again and again so you can get out of it what you want. So good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the Car Chronicles and I am Sequisa the Boss MP. I'm doing these chronicles every morning from Monday through Saturday to motivate those of us that need it, especially those of us in the medical field or in nursing school, because you know the numbers going back up. I don't know if anybody told you, but them numbers going back up. So we need to band together to get through this wave, because this is going to be the worst one. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. I know y'all don't want to hear it. That's confirmation. Yes, this is going to be the worst one. So you need to get your crew together. Whoever you motivate, whoever keeps you motivated, you need to go and find them, because you finna need it. And I want to be able to provide that, because this is how I get through all of that fuckery that's going on. Is I come on here and I vent sometimes and let it out and release it so I can get back to work taking care of my patients and building this legacy for my community and this dynasty for my family and motivating others to do the same. So I really do this for you, but I also do it for myself too, because knowing that you guys are watching me and needing me to succeed so you can see how it's done and that it's possible, that gets me up at 4:30 in the morning, because I don't be wanting to get up sometimes, and a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have to get up. So knowing that there's somebody out there that's counting on this live in the morning to help them get through their mornings, get to work and get through what they got to be done, that's what keeps me doing this. So I need y'all to keep coming back and keeping me motivated so I can keep you motivated, right? You pray for me, I pray for you, we all be prayed for, all right? And okay, so let's move on to get started, because it's Monday, and y'all, I didn't prep last night, and I know better. So I've been running late. Every night that I don't prep the night before, I run late, and I know this, but I still don't do it. But anyway, today we're going to talk about, after I tell you who I am and what I do, I go into the segment, Don't Make Me Take My Earrings Off. That is when I tell you something that made me almost turn into the angry black woman that they like to claim us to be when they can't match our wits. Because that's their go-to for us. When they can't match our wits, they try to say that we're angry when we're smiling. So instead of being angry this morning, I said I wanted to do the boss because it's Monday. And Monday we're getting ready to go back to work. Ugh. Monday is the most dreaded day of the week. Actually, Sunday is the day where most people had a heart attacks, dreading going back to work on Monday. So I just wanted to come on here today to motivate you, to tell you that whatever your goal is for this week, I need you to write it down and make it plain. Write down those goals so we can come back and review them on Friday. So on Mondays, under the "Do Not Take My Earrings" segment off, I do kind of want to talk about goals somewhere in this segment. I haven't figured out exactly where I'm going to put it, but since I really don't have a "Make Me Take My Earring Off" story to tell, I'm going to stick it in that part today. So as far as goals for this week, my goal, I wrote it down and now I can't find it. For the week, I would like to make, hmm, where did I put it? Ooh, there it is. My goals for the week is in the practice, in my medical practice, I would like to make $1,000 per day for the week. In my contracting, where I do a 1099 for another telemedicine medicine company, I would like to do 3K for the day. Um, I need to do 500 this week in products, and I need to start booking people for my webinar. So those are my goals for this week. One of the most important things about your goals is you put an end date and a review date. So Saturday will be the day that I calculate, and then next Monday I'll be able to report to you how close I came. Um, those goals. Listen. I was tearing them goals up. Sometimes I would get to my monthly goals in a week, and that's just. I mean, in the medical practice, you never know. You have ups and downs, but since this new administration has came in, I think insurance companies don't know what's going on, so they start holding them claims. Like, I ain't trying to get sued, but there's one particular insurance that every time I submitted a claim, 10 days in my bank account. Try 6, 7, 8 months. So my goals ain't been goaling lately, but I've been praying. I've been fasting and I've been obedient for God to open that back up, because right now something has it in a chokehold, have my finances in a chokehold. So I'm praying that God will release that chokehold, let them funds flow back in. But my goal for this week is $1,000 a day in my clinic, 3,000 for the 1099 that I'm contracted through, 500 for the products, and I'm gonna say five, because y'all know that's my spiritual number. 5 people signed up for the webinar. So those are my goals for the week. I really do. Oh, how did I forget that? Y'all know I got a photo shoot coming up for this project that I'm working on, and I had got all the weight off that I was supposed to get, but then um I ended up having to take increase my birth control, and I got that Depo-Barrel shot, and I started eating everything, and then I started having symptoms. One of the weird symptoms of long COVID is a hypersensitivity to something you're already allergic to, or constant hives and breakouts from unknown causes. So I had to keep taking prednisone because I kept breaking out to something I don't know what it was. And prednisone makes you eat. So I done gained all my weight, not all of it, but I gained up to my goal weight. I mean, I have a maximum weight. When I get to that weight, it's time to do something. And I had set it too high. I had set it at 220, and it should have been at 200. So I'm at 220, and I got to get back down to 180. So this is about to be a struggle because I'm about to start doing 2 days, because I got to get back down to where I was, especially with my weight loss practice because as a black woman, y'all don't cut us no slack. Like the people who I've seen make the most money in these weight loss streets are white overweight men. But for some reason, as a woman, as a black woman, people won't come to me for weight loss because I'm overweight. But you'll go to the white man with a big old pot belly and that. Especially for the weight loss practice, I got to get this weight back off because people won't come to me if I'm overweight. I don't have the luxury of being able to tell you what to do without doing it myself for some reason, just for black women, because I don't see nobody else having to do that. I don't see nobody else having to be able to be perfect in order to coach you on what to do. I know what to do. That don't mean I can't. That mean I'm willing to do it. I know what needs to be done, but am I willing to do it? Is the question. But since I wasn't willing to do it, or because I gained the weight back, my weight loss has drastically dropped, and I know that's why. So I got to get back this weight off, so I can get my weight clients back up because the struggle of being a black woman is not one that I really think a lot of people could handle. And I'm just going to be honest. You have to be stronger than strong to be a black woman and to be a successful black woman. Because I'm going to be honest, I started out as an LVN, and I'm a person that don't really like or can tolerate well disrespect. And LVNs get a lot of it, especially from registered nurses, because they don't, not all of them, because anytime you say a statement where you include all of the people, you automatically a liar. So some of them look down and talk down to LVNs, and they were supervisors. So I went and got my RN, thinking that that level of respect would go up. It went down. As a black nurse, the higher you go up, the more they try to disrespect you, especially those that are racist and have to work under you. Having to go to work being the supervisor of people that are racist and have a mentality that you can be everybody else's supervisor but theirs, and that they don't have to listen to you, that's a lot to have to deal with. And then not only that, as my subordinates working under me, they were allowed to throw shade like I'm not a, I didn't earn my position, but I'm not allowed to respond, or I have to be very careful in how I respond, because then I would get reported for harassment, or bullying was one that they used to like to use. So yeah, being a black woman is very difficult, and a lot of people wouldn't make it as a black woman. A lot of people are being considered strong in this country. Leaders, if they had to walk a mile in my shoes, I guarantee you they wouldn't be able to get out the front door. The stuff that we as black women put up with, you think that it would make us closer together, but it doesn't. I never understood the black women that work together that fight against each other. I never understood that. That mentality, that slave mentality, that there can only be one house Negro. Because there were several jobs that I worked that when I got there, it was a black woman already there. And so when I get there and I see another black woman, me, I'm automatically drawn to you because you know what it's like to work in this atmosphere as a black woman. And a lot of times I found out why there was just one black woman working there. I I'm ready for the day for black women to say, you know what? I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm tired of people playing with me like I ain't the one. Like I'm not the best one up in here, even though y'all not paying me as if I am. I be glad when black women get together and decide, I'm sick and tired of y'all playing with us because they be playing with us. And it's time for us to unite and show them what we really are about. Which takes me into my next segment, what we not gonna do as black women. I think what we not gonna do is play ourselves small anymore because the world does that enough for us. And it's really interesting to me that I can see other people that can talk about their accomplishments until they blue in the face. Don't nobody ever say anything. But when a black woman starts listing her accomplishments, it's an issue for everybody, including other black women. I have never in my life witnessed the amount of hate and criticism as I do for black women. Every time I get on social media, there's somebody dragging black women for some reason or another. When are black women going to realize that we all we got? An assault on you is an assault on me. An assault on your family is an assault on my family. An assault on your school, where your kids go, because of them being the color that they are, is an assault on me. When are black people going to realize that even though we have different families now, there was a time in history, even though they're trying to erase it, there was a time when you didn't know who your kinfolks was because we were sold like cattle. So that very person who needs your help could be related to you. You don't know. When are we going to start acting like we're family? When are we going to stop acting like we each other's enemy when the enemy is clear all around us? They're erasing our history. I'm sorry, I was reading a message. They're erasing our history. They're trying to remove the educational system because we used it to advance to the front of the line, which is the reason why they're trying to burn this country down, is because now black women are the most experienced and have the most degrees. So instead of going to second place when it comes to job opportunities, the white men that run the country and have been for 400 years say, I'd rather burn this motherfucker down than to move to second place. If they can't handle second place, imagine being fourth. As a black woman with experience and more degrees, if I walk in the room against a white man, a black man, or a white woman, my chances of getting that job decreased greatly. And if I got that job, I was paid less. hmm And y'all know that it's true because for many years in the nursing field, they told you do not discuss your pay or you could be terminated. Why do you think they didn't want us talking about our pay? Because some of us was getting paid a lot more than others. But being who I am, I always found out how much the new nurses was getting paid. And many times, as an experienced nurse, precepting a new nurse that was white, I found out that she was making more money than me. I repeat, I was teaching her and had many years of experience. She was fresh out of school, making more money than me. That's why they didn't want us to discuss how much we got paid. But this is a struggle that Black nurses have to deal with all the time, but nobody talks about it and they act like it doesn't happen. It does. Going to work every day and always getting the hardest assignments, going to work every day and people can talk to you like they crazy, but when you demand the respect or you return that energy, you the problem. I know so many nurses that quit nursing because they got tired of dealing with racism. I know a lot of them that didn't get through nursing school because they had a racist instructor whose main job was to flunk out as many Black students as possible. I'm gonna need for, especially the nursing students that's going into nursing that are Black, especially now with the way the world is right now, baby, if you not prepared for the blatant racism that you're going to face, you're not gonna make it. Back in my day, when I did bedside, a lot of times you knew it was racist, but a lot of times you had to guess because a racist ain't gonna come out and call you the N word. Not all the time. Sometimes they just report you to the office with a lie to try to get you fired, to the point to doing home health. I always had a system in place. Whatever job I had, I would have a conversation with someone in the office because I would ask, "This is you want me to work with you? This is what I require." And when you at the top of your game, you can do that. But one of the things that I required was somebody in the office that if I called them on the phone and they heard voices, they would stay on the phone. They would stay on the phone until I hung up. And one day, this patient that I went to go see, I had called her the day before to confirm my time because I did home health. And I asked her if she had a gate code. She told me no. So I showed up a little early, gate and code. So I had to sit there until somebody came through. So by that time, I was 15 minutes late. And when I got to the door and I knocked, she opened up the door. "You're late." So from that attitude, I hit, I called the office and let the phone sit there during the visit. She did everything she could to slow me down, had the worst attitude. I have to stay professional. So she decided to get up and go to the bathroom. When I was almost done, I said, "Last question, I gotta go to the bathroom." She went to the bathroom, she came back, I finished up, and I left. Do you know that woman called my job and told them that I let her fall? And when she asked me to help her up, I told her that was not in my job description. And when my supervisor called me to the office, he had already made up in his mind that it was true because he started off with the consequences of what had happened, what my punishment was going to be, and then told me the story. So I went and called my person, who was very irritated, by the way, that they had to stay on the phone that long and listen to all of that until they had to give the story of what had happened. And then it made sense to him why I had to call and keep him on the phone, because I knew this lady was going to try some fuck shit. She tried to cost me my job, and it could have cost me my license, because she said she fell and I left her on the floor. So, as a black nurse, I have to let you know that if you're not prepared for the racism that's coming your way, because it's coming, the Trump in office, oh, baby, they have this new boldness about them. So, you have to be prepared. So, make sure that you know how you going to handle it when it slaps you in the face, because it is. As I was in a conversation with somebody on Facebook, a white woman that was upset that we as black nurses have our own week. I think it should be Black Nurse Month. I can work on that for next year. Like, she didn't think that it was fair that we had our own week, and it was. She tried to call it racist, which I knew made her. I knew she was a racist, because only racist people call black people racist, and that's been my experience. And until somebody proved me wrong, I have never met a white person that called a black person a racist that wasn't a racist. I encourage you to test that theory. But anyway, she was so upset that black nurses have their own week. And so I said, we deserve our own week because we have to deal with people like you. And I asked her different instances that I had to go through as a black nurse, if she ever had to experience it. And each time was no, no, no. And I said, well, this is the reason why black nurses deserve our own week, because we go through a whole lot more than anybody else just because we black. You don't know what it's like to deal with racist patients and have to swallow it and keep them alive. Being a black nurse is not easy. You got to get through school, dealing with the racism, and then you got to get a job. And when you get a job, you got to deal with the racism with your coworkers, the patients, and their families. So, yes, I plan on encouraging as many black nurses as possible, because our community needs us to be watching out to make sure they're taking care of our people like they supposed to, because a lot of them ain't. And that's why they don't want us in them rooms. So if you're a black nurse, this Monday, I want to motivate you to keep walking into them rooms that they don't want you in, so you can make sure that our people are taken care of. If you're a black mom, I want to encourage you and motivate you this Monday to keep getting up, get them kids ready for school, combing that hair, checking that homework, doing what you got to do, because you know ain't nobody gonna do it but you. I want to motivate you. If you're a black teacher, I'm sorry your break is over, but I want to motivate you to mold the young minds and to keep that hope in those kids' eyes shining bright, because a lot of them are dull. We need teachers that are going to pour into our children, because we know a lot of others won't. So please allow me to motivate you to do what you do. All right. Okay. So now, um, the next segment is she did that. I honestly don't have Nobody. Because y'all ain't giving me nobody. And I'm tired of doing myself. I did Latrice Gatson, and I did I forgot her first name. Was it Leslie Memes? If you in nursing school, if you finish the semester, you got all A's. If you got all C's, it don't matter. Listen, C's equal degrees. If you did something and you need somebody to shout you out, because they don't like for us to brag on ourselves. Let me brag on you. Let me brag on you. Whatever it is that you did, that you accomplished, let me brag on you. If you know somebody else that accomplished something, let me brag on them. Because we need that. I don't care what nobody tells you. You need somebody telling you you did a good job. You need somebody telling you you gonna make it. You need somebody telling you that you done made it through all these other storms. You're gonna make it through this one too. Allow me to do that for you. Allow me to be the person to help fill your cup back up so you can continue to take care of your family. Because I don't know about y'all, and this is another reason why I had to make sure that I was here today. A lot of my friends are checking out, like mentally. Because I told y'all last week that this fuck shit that's going on is to make us clock out mentally. So when it comes time for the physical, because it's going to come, it's going to pop off. They're trying to take our rights away. It's going to pop off. So when it comes time for the physical, if you're defeated here, there's no fight. And the powers that be know that they can't beat us physically. They know the only way they can take us out is mentally. And so I'm trying to keep people clocked in. And I personally feel like I'm dragging a lot of them out of the bed, off the couch, off in front of the TV. We, as moms, nurses, teachers, have to realize that this is go season. For the longest, building my company up, I was working 6 days a week, and I would take Sundays off. I haven't had an off day in, I don't even know. Why? Because I have a 14-year-old that's getting ready to go to college. I have a 27-year-old that we'll talk about that a whole nother day. And I got two grandbabies. And the system, the government, is trying to sell my children into slavery. I don't think y'all realize that that's what the fuck they trying to do. Making all the prices go up to where you can't afford to live, and then making being homeless, a crime. And then in the big beautiful bill, there's wording in there where farm owners can own people that are forced to work their land. Is that not slavery? They're trying to make it where young children can marry old people. Whose daughters you think they're coming for? Whose daughters do you think they're coming for? Children just keep disappearing. What the fuck is going on? So I need you to clock in. I need you to clock in and go out and do what needs to be done for your family and your community. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to get off of here. Every time I close these out, there's always two things that I want to tell you. Number one, as Black women, I need us to unify because we all we got. And that's okay. because we all we need. I also want to tell you that I pray that you get every single thing you voted for. Now, go out and have the most amazing day on and with purpose. Y'all be blessed. Bye.